All right.
Baby shark.
Okay, so I guess the first episode went well, so we got a second episode, guys. Woo! All right, clap.
Woo.
A round of applause.
I for no man.
So this is the second episode of the Simps and Stones podcast. Welcome, everyone. And we have a new guest today. Our guest is Andrew Gonzalez. Give it up for Andrew. Woo!
Whoa! Clap, Memo.
Memo
clap for
didn't
no
at
man.
all. Memo has enough clap in
I'm
his
not
life,
just
okay?
any man.
So, you
Yeah,
know,
that is. It's
we
understandable.
won't blame
Stop
him for
spreading
that.
rumors like that, man. Okay. Oh my god.
It's not a rumor though; it's a fact. So,
Anyway, so how's everyone doing? How are you guys? Well, besides Memo and his clap issues, but how are you guys doing?
itchy. Just kidding. I hung out with Memo the other day.
You know what? Yeah, Andy,
Nah.
what's that behind you, bro?
What's
I
what
know,
behind
there's
me?
like a ghost behind you, dude.
Well, I mean,
Moving
this
outside
is
your window.
this is the spooky episode, isn't it? So
This is a
I
very
was trying to get
spooky
it
episode.
I was trying to get into the season, you know. So
Okay.
she's gonna be here the entire time.
Oh,
So
you invited
don't
your-
freak out. Don't freak out.
You did like a
I-
seance to bring a ghost over, or what?
I brought the baddest ghost to the club.
Oh gosh.
I definitely hear that freaking alarm in the background, Andy.
No, you don't. There's
I
nothing.
do too,
Andy
bro.
has not replaced his
I think.
fire alarm. There it goes.
Okay, you know, I think I've just gotten so used to it that it just doesn't even register in my head when it goes off. So
Oh,
whenever
I
someone says, "How do you not hear that?" I'm just like, "Hear what?" But it's just like so engraved in my mind.
Maybe
It's
it's
just
like-
like, you know,
Maybe it's like
It's
part of
not
your
an issue.
ghost, you know? It's just like,
it could be. Yeah.
yeah.
I don't know. One day there's gonna be an actual fire and stuff, and I'm not gonna know
I
because
know.
I just.
I was
this
about
whole
to bring
time.
that up.
Okay, now I hear it. Okay, now that you brought it up, I hear it. It's irritating me. So
I'm gonna
thanks a
go
lot.
over there and like change the batteries one day, man.
You won't do it.
That's
Please.
all it is. Please.
Wait, almost have you like experienced this with Andy before? Because this is the
No.
first time I'm noticing it. But have you been to
Oh,
his
oh.
apartment and stuff?
No, when we did
Oh.
for editing the movie, it's all I heard when I was editing it.
Oh,
Was the damn beep, and I thought it was
see.
Adrian, but I went to Adrian's house and there was no beep, so it had to be Andy.
Hey,
And lo
I
and
got an
behold,
idea. Hey Memo, if you come over to change my batteries, maybe you'll actually come over whenever I invite you. So maybe it's a good thing. I don't know.
I'm a busy man, Andy. I don't know what
Oh.
you want from me.
Okay, dude. Yeah, no, it's cool.
Oh
Yeah.
man.
And then he always texts me. He's like, "Why haven't you invited me over?" And I'm like, "Dude,
I hardly ever say that, bro.
yeah, but when you do,
I do.
Just
Okay,
kidding.
okay, fine.
it's like, well, here's your excuse. Come change my batteries out."
Yeah, dude.
You just gotta change your batteries. That's it.
I hear Andy needs
Actually,
some
I
like
did.
pipes, pipes cleared out too. So I don't
You
know
gotta
if wanna
change it
look
with
into
new batteries, Andrew. New batteries.
that. Not with old.
I
batteries.
don't want Memo anywhere near my pipes. Okay.
Why, dude?
batteries?
You get clap once
Because-
and nobody wants to see their pipes anymore.
Because you're itchy. I can't have that in my life right now, Memo.
I know he's already. Anyway,
It's like, you
He's
know what,
already
let's
what?
just stop
He's
this.
already
I
what?
don't know how much longer we're gonna take this, but yeah. So since you guys are doing,
I haven't
all
even
right-
said how my week is. What the
Oh,
fuck?
how's your week going? I
just,
thought we
like,
talked
skip
about
me.
your clap and like
That's fine.
you can't. You have to like go
Fuck you,
change
Andy.
his like
No.
batteries and stuff. And
Had a long week, man. A
Oh,
long
yeah?
ass week. Yeah, had training.
Me about my week.
Man, I just had training. That's all I have to say. Nothing else. That's it. That's
Mm.
all I had. I just wanted people to know that I had training this week.
I'm glad you had training this week. You know.
Don't be glad, dude. It's fucking boring.
Oh,
It's
well.
like the worst thing in the world.
Well, you know
Well,
we
what
we
can you
got-
do sometimes?
Yeah. Well, you know we gotta train our cops to be like.
I'm not a cop. Stop saying that.
Memo doesn't associate with cops,
I don't
dude.
associate with cops, dude. Okay. I don't even know who
Uh,
those guys are. I've never even met a cop.
Oh, okay.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. I have no idea what even a cop is.
He's all about 1, 2, 3, 2. Is it 1, 2, 3, 2? What's the
What?
for a cab?
Oh,
They call it 1, 2.
I
Three,
never heard
two.
that before.
What is
Because
that?
of like the alphabet. 1 being A, 2 being B, back to A, 1, and then C. Or wait, no. Wait, no, okay, wait. No.
All right.
1,
Is this for real? Is this like a
3
legit
is
thing?
C. Yeah, I've seen it on Twitter.
I
don't
can't
know
tell
if
if Andy doesn't know how to spell or if he doesn't know how to count.
It's a little bit of
either,
both,
It's a little
actually.
bit of both.
No, I want to understand this. So it's one. Oh, because it's a cab,
Yeah.
so it'd be ACAB.
Yeah.
So it'd be 1, 2, 3, 4. What the fuck's Andy on about? He's like cutting out too. Oh my god.
Man.
I don't know what he's talking about.
Is
I don't
Andy's
know.
face stuck? It looks like his face is stuck.
People make up like the weirdest shit.
Yeah.
You know, like I don't know. I don't know. Like
you're going off the other day about how you hate acronyms.
I do.
I
I fucking despise them.
Why do you hate acronyms?
WTF memo? Why?
Because look, okay, like fine. There's some acronyms that you just know what they are. You know, like LOL or LMAO, whatever. But there's some other stuff that people just say on Twitter or just in real life, and I have no idea what the fuck they're talking about. And it just takes more time to explain to me what the acronym is versus like the whole point of an acronym is to like shorten time, you know? And if you have to explain to people what it is, it's not a good acronym. I hate acronyms. I really do.
It took me a long time to learn what LMK was. I was like, what the fuck is LMK?
What the fuck is LMK?
Is that the new gun in Call of Duty?
Oh.
Let me know. Yeah.
I think the only acronym that we can actually stand by is WAP. Am I right?
Oh my god.
I still don't know what that means, to be honest.
Wet
Are you serious?
ass keyword. It's a wireless,
is that what that means?
It's a wireless access point, Andy. That's what it's
Oh yeah, I knew it was like a term, like technical terminology.
Yeah,
that's
what
why.
it is.
Yeah,
you know, Cardi B is like really into computers and stuff, and
she's a computer science major. Yeah.
You know, best.
She's very into history.
She's all about internet connections. You know, something that you should be more about, Andy, because you're.
Okay. First off, I'm poor.
You like how I brought that around, dude? I thought that was pretty good.
I'm actually streaming on my microwave toaster right now.
Oh my god, Andrew.
Dude, I laughed so hard earlier when Memo said, what is he recording? He said something about wireless dick or something that he was recording on dick. I was like, fuck you, Memo. With this quality, though, it might not be far off.
Hey,
damn, Andy, we gotta upgrade you, bro. What the fuck? You look
we
terrible.
get you some batteries for your fire
like
alarm.
One on your head.
My headphones are all taped up and everything. Look, if you just want to start a GoFundMe on, just put the link under the Simps and Stone podcast.
This is actually why we wanted to have you on. You know, to have like you're like our inspiration story. You know, like to
help the needy. You know, here I am.
Yeah. So, you know.
Wait, Andy, are you like
poor?
You the kid in the military or something, bro?
Am I what?
Are you an autistic kid in the military?
That's a callback.
Wow, dude,
I just realized that first. Well, no, because Andy hasn't released yet. I just realized Andy just thinks I called him autistic.
Yeah, that's wow, dude.
No, it's from the first
It's
episode. I'm sorry.
Okay. Anyway,
Yeah.
gosh, nice to know that Andy hasn't watched our first episode.
That's true. Well, you know, I'll start with this episode since I'm featured on it.
Okay, yeah, that's true. This is our like charitable episode helping the needy with Andy.
The autistic military child.
Yeah, we brought him up last episode. Here he is, guys.
Yeah, we wanted to have him on to tell his side of the story.
Here we are.
As you can see, it's bad. He hasn't even fixed his fire alarm.
Go to college. Kids go to college. Yeah, that's all I got to tell you.
All right, so since this is spooky season, do you guys like Halloween? Are you guys like big fans of Halloween?
You know, I've always liked Halloween. I've never really gotten around to actually getting a cool costume, though. It's like a mixture.
What are you talking about, bro?
What?
What were you last year?
You
were like an
freaking
Egyptian guy.
Yeah.
I was an Egyptian guy.
How is that not fucking cool?
I know.
Well, I mean, that wasn't my first choice to be, but I mean.
What was your first choice?
I wanted. You know what I actually wanted to be? I wanted to be the driver from Drive. Yes. And I think, you know what? I think I'm actually going to do that this year because I'm just going to buy the jacket on Amazon and just punch me in the nose really hard so I can put a Band-Aid over it, you know?
Or you could just put a Band-Aid over it.
No, I want it to be realistic. I want blood to be...
Okay. And then carry a hammer with you and...
Yeah, exactly. If anyone gets in my way, just curb stomp them, you know?
It's a good
idea.
Happy
Halloween, bitch.
It's a good idea for a costume.
Yeah, so don't steal it, dude. That's my costume.
Nah, dude, I'm going to steal it. It's over.
Ah,
You're not invited to my Halloween party anyway, so you know you're not gonna.
Dang, dude, that's messed up.
Yeah, but
are we actually having a Halloween party this year or what?
No, not with COVID. What about you,
The
Momo?
COVID
You like
Halloween?
I
you
hit
like
you up,
Halloween?
Honestly, usually I'm indifferent towards Halloween. But this year, I don't know. I really not. I'm indifferent. I don't
This
care
year?
what-
Why this
Nah,
year? This is like the worst year to
this
like
year-
Halloween.
I'm really indifferent towards Halloween. It just feels
Yeah.
like any other day.
But do you like like the season? Do you like the horror stuff that comes out around this time of year?
Nah, man. I mean, my life's a horror all year round. I don't need a month to remind me of that.
I'm
sad, like 24/7, dude.
on us right here.
Philosophical. Nah, I mean,
All right, cut the cameras. Here it goes.
nah, it's okay. I don't have an issue with Halloween. You know, it's whatever. I care less. I've never had like a great Halloween.
Last year was
Same,
pretty
dude.
fun. It was
As I,
drama-filled, interesting night.
dude, I was just thrown around all over the place.
You like disappeared for like 2 hours. So for context, we threw our memo threw a Halloween party, and everyone went with costumes and stuff. I think I had the best costume, but that's just my opinion.
What even were you? Did you even wear a costume last year?
I was Marty
He
McFly.
was a high school teenager, bro.
I was Marty McFly.
Dude, is that what you were? I literally thought those were just your normal clothes.
What are you talking? Whatever, dude.
It was just with the vest on. That's
Whatever.
it.
That night specifically, you're all like, dude, you had the best costume here. Specifically you, Andy. You're like, gosh, Nick, that was such an amazing costume, dude. So good.
I may have been more faded than I believe I was, because I would have never said that. Nah, just kidding. No, that's cool though.
Nah, I picked
What Memo did? What was Memo? Father Memo, right?
Yeah, he
Yes,
was
Father
the
Memo.
Pope. He was Father
Yeah, dude.
Father Clay in drag or something. I don't know.
Father Clay.
Father Clay.
Oh
Isn't
my
that
God.
what he normally does?
Oh my God.
It's just,
Really.
dude.
No, but he
Wait,
looked
stop!
great.
They're gonna keep adding to his fund.
I know. But yeah, no. I think we all looked amazing. It was a good time. Don't remember most of it, but that's how you know it's a good time. But yeah. So I have
All I remember is.
Oh, go for it.
Oh, sorry.
Nah, you go for it.
All I remember is a bunch of bottles in the neighbor's yard for some
Oh
reason.
my God.
Oh.
Oh my God.
Just kidding.
What happened with that memo?
I don't know.
I don't know,
dude.
Did he get mad at you for that?
None of my business. My neighbor?
Yeah, did your neighbor get mad?
I don't remember. It's a different neighbor now. I don't know. I don't remember.
Okay, they
don't
left
e-
because
I-
of you.
I don't even remember what they really look like, honestly.
Okay.
They moved out because
No,
of Memo.
somebody broke a glass and threw it all in the neighbor's yard, and I think Laura went out there to go pick it up later on because they have dogs.
Yeah.
Yeah, so I don't even know
true
if they
hero.
noticed. But we told them about the party. We even gave them our numbers. We were like, hey, if something fucked up happens, just hit us up and we'll stop. So they were told beforehand. I mean, I don't know.
Oh.
I wasn't expecting somebody to break a bottle, but
You never are. You never
But-
are.
it just happened. So it is what it is.
Remember
It
parties?
is what it is.
Remember how fun parties used to be?
Yeah, we had one last week. I mean, no, I'm just kidding.
Oh,
Wow.
what?
No, I'm just kidding.
Plot twist.
No mask in sight, just vibing. No mask, just vibing.
Yeah. Now they're opening up bars again.
I heard that they're gonna close again because
just-
numbers are starting to creep up again.
They just barely reopened them in Texas.
Oh, really? Oh.
Yeah.
First off, that's kind of ridiculous to say that Texas is reopening because I didn't even know it was closed for the past 3 months.
It's
Way
true.
that
It's very true.
we've been living. So they're like, we're reopening Texas again. I was like, wait, what? Has it not been open this whole time?
As you're taking a shot at the bar you're at, you're like,
Yeah,
oh,
it's like, man, that's
cool.
crazy, dude. The bars are opening up again.
I think it was an issue with them being able to enforce it.
I
I think it's really hard
Yeah.
for somebody unless you're going to give their alcohol license or something. But even then, it was some weird. Sorry, I don't know if we can get super political on this, but it was it was really difficult for them to be there was a rule that you had to serve 80. Your profits couldn't come from 70% alcohol or some bullshit like that.
Oh, really?
And so if you
Yeah.
served food or concerts or I don't know, some weird shit, there's weird rules to it. Yeah.
Mhm.
That's why some bars were able to get away with it. Shit, strip clubs were
Yeah.
open for the past 4
Yeah,
months.
but they're open as food and stuff like
Yeah.
you order the wings from there.
Yeah.
A lot of the bars that we've gone to, they've just converted to restaurant type things where you have to order food along with like your purchase, kind of like what the Alamo Draft House is doing too, like with theaters and all that, just to like recuperate that profit.
Yeah.
So like, I don't know about clubs being open. Apparently I heard like 6th Street, there's actually like people just lining up everywhere, like those disgusting fools, but
Yikes.
like these other bars, like there's a lot of restaurants and like you actually see it like sitting somewhere and you can't like move or anything like that. But
yeah,
I don't know, man. It's a weird thing.
So are you guys scared to like go to a bar or to a club or something like that? Or are you like kind of like, if I get it, I get it?
Not so much that I'm like, if I get it, I get it. Like at these bars that we've been going to, like they're like really spread out at tables and stuff and like wearing masks and all that. So like, I feel like a kind of a piece of semblance there, but like not a club where people are like back to back, touching each other and like grinding and like gross like that. Like I wouldn't feel comfortable doing that, honestly. But like sitting alone, secluded with like 1 or 2 people, yeah, like I'm okay with that as long as like we're all like practicing precautions and stuff like that,
Yeah. I
just want to say that when he says we, I'm not included in that we.
Yeah, Memo was there too.
But
no, I wasn't.
I don't like bars in general, though, Memo. So you're fine.
Yeah, no, bars are boring, dude.
The last time I saw Memo actually out at a bar was like 2 weeks after he had surgery. That was like the last time I saw Memo out.
That was boring. Like, no offense, dude, but that shit was boring.
Wow, dude.
Well, we were hanging out. No, I'm just kidding. Anyway, we'll move on from that.
I don't know. I think bars are boring, honestly. Like, I've never been to a cool bar that wasn't like, I don't know, like a Top Golf with a bar,
Yeah.
Like, just a bar.
I remember when we went to Top Golf and we got trashed? That was amazing.
Nope.
I don't remember.
I don't remember
that. I don't want to talk about that.
No, I do remember. I remember too much.
Oh my god.
Oh, that was great. That was me and Memo's defining bonding moment.
Yeah, we yelled at
in
each
the
other.
back of a car.
Yeah.
We did?
Yeah, we did to each other.
I think you were mainly yelling at Jared for some reason.
No, I yelled at everybody.
I like how
you did. Yeah.
I think the morning after that, Memo was like, he was like, yeah. Then we drove back from Top Golf, or Memo was like, I drove back from Top Golf. I was like, what? He's like, yeah, I drove back, and then Andy and Jared were in the back, and I was like, what do you mean? No way, there's no way
That's
you drove
back.
That's
not what happened.
Was like,
that's not what
oh
happened.
yeah, I didn't drive back.
I made Jared
didn't
drive.
even remember whether or not he drove back.
There was a lot of yelling and a lot of tears back there.
There was. Oh my god!
This was a rough year before it even got rough. It's fine, guys.
Was that the day Kobe died?
Yes, that was the day Kobe died.
That was, dude, and that added to my sadness already. My pre-existing sadness that just made it worse.
That's so true, dude. You got there you got there sad, and then we parked, and it was like
Kobe died.
Kobe died. I don't know why I'm laughing.
I literally.
I was like,
yeah, I thought Memo was joking.
I was driving there, and then Memo texts me. He's like, Kobe died. And I'm like, Memo, this is not a good thing to text someone while I'm driving,
Right.
And then I was like, what do you mean?
Just kidding.
And I was like, say just kidding. And then it didn't come. The just kidding never came.
Dude.
Just like, it was just that. And I was like, oh, man.
We
and
had
then I got there.
Just pulled up into the parking lot, and then Memo's like, hey, Kobe died. And it was just like, okay, dude, like all stone faced. I was like, oh, that's a weird joke, Memo. I don't know. And then I go and look on Twitter, and it's like the first thing trending. I was like, holy shit, Kobe died. I'm like, that just brought my day down.
Andy that day, he was just like, you know what? Today's a rough day, but I'm strong. I can handle this. And then almost like Kobe died, and he's like,
pretty much.
He just broke down.
And the whole reason that y'all invited me was to like not make it so I wouldn't be sad that happened too. I was like, this is great.
Oh man. Anyway, back to spooky season. So
oh yeah,
I got some spooky topics for us to like sort of randomly sort of pick. So I have like a little number generator. Let's see, hold up. Let's see, I could share my screen on this thing, right, Momo?
Oh yeah, you should be able to.
Let's see, share screen.
Did that affect you guys a lot, the Kobe death?
For me, it did a little. Can you guys see that?
Yeah, I do now.
I do now.
It got fucking huge.
I don't know if OBS is picking it up. I think it might have fucked up a little bit, but
is horrible deaths and serial killers the same thing?
No, horrible deaths. I was thinking more of like have you ever heard of like the?
Because they're both fucking.
No, I was talking about the same color.
Yeah.
It's like a giant slice.
Nah, I don't know. This is just how this website is. I don't know.
Nah, I'm kidding.
I can't see like half of it. Oh, it's probably OBS.
Yeah.
How do we know which one it's really on? And what if it's like a really thin line between those two?
It straight up tells us what it is right now.
Oh, okay.
Watch this.
Okay.
Watch this. Okay, ready? Yeah, here we go. We're gonna spin. I think OBS is just showing a black screen right now, so
Yeah.
I'll fix it right now, and we'll just have to announce what we got.
Nick, why do you have so many porn tabs open?
I know. Just like nonstop.
I forgot to close out. Oh, ghost stories. I was actually hoping we would get this one.
Why? This is like the worst topic for me.
Huh? For you? Well,
I don't believe in ghosts.
Go meet some ghosts, dude. Gosh.
Can't meet them. They're not real.
You ghost me all the time, dude.
Oh, Memo, you don't believe in ghosts, but you believe in horrible deaths? Come on.
Wait.
You believe people die?
You don't believe in ghosts, but you believe we landed on the moon, Memo? Gosh, get with it.
I'm not sure if I believe on that either.
We all know Stanley Kubrick directed the moon landing. Come on.
I know, dude.
Ghost
so anyway,
stories.
I want. So, what are some? Have you guys ever had any like strange ghost experiences or any ghost stories? I guess Memo hasn't. We could talk about the time that we went ghost hunting. Memo, remember that? That was fun.
Boring as fuck. Bro, it was like 20 people in a room just sitting down like with a damn audio recorder.
There were some people there though.
Do you hear me? Do you hear me? And
Yeah.
then nothing would happen.
There were some people there that were like super like into it though. But
Yeah, I mean it's a nice thought. I don't know. I'm gonna be downer
It's a
Memo.
nice
That's
thought.
why I'm like
Wait, can I have context on that? Where did you do that?
so
Paul Puck Theater.
it was at the Paul Pogue Theater here in Del Rio. We were I forgot there was like a UFO festival or something going on.
Yeah, UFO.
And then like I don't really know why we got roped into ghost hunting there. There's like a ghost hunting group here that is ran by Adrian's uncle, Paul.
Oh yeah, I was about to say, yeah.
Yeah, and then so like he like invited us, I guess. I don't know. Memo was like, "Hey, come to this thing," and we went to like this art thing before that, and then like they had like hors d'oeuvres and stuff, and then he was like, and then afterwards we're gonna go ghost hunting. I was like, "All right, chill." So we went for that, and yeah, it was pretty boring.
It
was pretty fun.
The art stuff was pretty chill.
Yeah, that was cool. Like we like had hors d'oeuvres and stuff, and like the
Yeah.
food was good. It was like, and it was fun, and like there was
Felt
like
fancy
lots
as
of
fuck.
people. Yeah, that
All
was
the cute
cool.
people.
Yeah.
Wait, hold on. Before you go any further, spell hors d'oeuvres.
ODOR.
I don't even. I can't even spell.
It's how you pronounce it,
spell.
Andy.
Yeah, dude. Like once you see the spelling of that word, your life will change forever.
Isn't it OUVERIE or some shit like that?
Wait, are you being serious? No, it's not.
I don't know. No, I don't know. I'm asking.
Oh
you,
no,
bro.
it starts with like an H, I think. It's like hors d'oeuvres. Yeah.
I'll be right back, guys. But you guys keep going. I do have a
I don't
funny
even-
story to tell about the ghost hunting thing, but I'll be right
That's
back.
the one?
Hold on.
Wait. So Memo, you don't have an actual like ghost story that you've experienced anything?
No.
All right, cool.
I don't believe in ghosts, man.
Just because you don't believe in them doesn't mean that they're not there chilling. Kind of like the clap that you have.
You could say that about a lot of exactly. You could say that about the clap I have.
Yeah, just because you believe it's not there doesn't mean it's not.
Look, man, I think people like to think about things that are like spiritual, but I'm real depressing when it comes to life. Like that sounds weird. I just don't believe in ghosts.
Yeah.
Like
Well,
even if something happens, there's usually like some explanation for it, and but it's fun, you know. Don't get me wrong, it's a very fun
Ghosts-
thing. Yeah,
ghosts are fun?
to think that there's ghosts and stuff.
Oh, to think that there's ghosts, yeah. It's just that like, what is it? That natural primal like human like mindset to create like something that scares us, you know?
Yeah,
Like I mean, ghosts they don't have to be evil all the time too. Like you know, they what is it? They like tread the line between like there's good ghosts, there's bad ghosts. Well, like bad ghosts are more like what demons if you're
Demons, yeah.
speaking like in that sense.
well, see, it depends on what you're talking about. Because if you're talking about ghosts, that's like an all-encompassing term.
Yeah,
you know,
exactly.
like anything. But I mean, if you're talking like spirits and demons, that's more religious.
Yeah, that's what I was going on, like a religious type thing.
Yeah, I mean, as far as like religion's concerned, I'm not religious, so I don't believe in religion. So that's my thing on like demons and stuff. Now, as far as ghosts, I mean, look, man, does weird shit happen in the world? Yeah.
Hell yeah, brother.
Do I think that usually it's just like? Do I think it's like a spirit that's moving around the earth, like fucking with people? No. You know, I'm more inclined to think it's like I don't know, some like weird shit with like gravity happening more so. But then I don't. I really don't
Gravity,
remember.
dude.
I don't remember. Bullshit. I don't remember if Nick said that we were supposed to be funny on this podcast or not.
I don't think that was funny. That was just
no. But like, I'm trying not to get like to that side.
Yeah.
No, I mean, if you start fucking around with like the dynamics of the way the Earth works, shit doesn't make sense. You know.
Yeah.
That's why you get like the Bermuda Triangle and things like that.
That's more gravitational.
But then somebody could say something like, "Oh, this is created be like spirits and ghosts and stuff got its format from people going through these weird things in nature, and they just kind of like like
natural events, and they correlate it to that, like kind of like in a biblical sense too, like these stories that are not meant to be taken like 100%, but like you can kind of correlate it to like some kind of like natural thing, that like humans are just interpreting on their own sense.
Yeah, just to kind of make
it make sense.
Yeah, I mean that's usually what I consider ghosts, but we can act like ghosts are real for the podcast.
Dude, you haven't seen Insidious? That movie?
You haven't seen Ghostbusters, bro?
Ghostbusters? That was a real movie.
Based on a true story, I saw. Anyway, so I did have a funny thing that happened at the ghost hunting thing that me and Mama went to and stuff. So there was, so they like recorded, right? And they had like these night vision cameras, and they had like 3 or 4 of them, and they just handed them out and stuff. And so I had one of them, and they're pretty cool. They're pretty like fancy or whatever, right? So we're like walking around them. Yeah. And so the Paul Pogue, there's like sort of there's a second floor, a balcony for, where you can watch the plays and stuff. So they're like, all right, let's go up to the balcony, right? And like there was like this one girl, I don't know. Were we in like high school, Memo? I think we were in high school, right? Or like just out, maybe?
Yeah, I don't remember.
I don't remember for sure, but we were like around that age. And there was this one girl who was like a little bit older. I don't really remember what she looks like, but I remember there was like a little bit of an awkward moment because so we're walking up the stairs, right? And like the Paul Pogue is like super old and like, it has these really thin like staircases, and not thin as in like narrow passageway. I mean like thin, like the steps are like relatively thin, so you have to like really like look to where you're stepping, or else if you'll miss one.
Yeah.
So I'm walking up and I'm recording, right? So like, and then so like the girl goes first, right? And she's younger, but she's like in her mid-20s, so she's still older than us, right? So like she's walking up, right? And I'm like, all right, I'm gonna go next, and like I'm walking up and stuff, and then we get to the top, and then like I look at what I recorded, and it's just like a booty shot of her the entire time up, and I was like, oops.
Ghost.
My bad. The ghost did it. It looks like I did it on purpose, but I swear I was like just looking down, making sure I didn't like trip and fall. And it was dark too, so it was like the night vision was on, but it looked like I just like recorded that, and it was really funny.
Why do I vaguely remember this?
I don't know. You vaguely remember everything.
That is true.
You have the worst memory out of anyone I know.
I would have remembered a booty shot though. Well, you showed me, right?
I'm pretty sure I showed you.
Yeah, I would have rememred a booty shot.
Yeah,
nah, I guess I've seen so much booty, I won't just...
All right, brag about it.
Is that what it is?
Yeah. Nah.
I knew it.
Did you wait? What you do with the video? You just deleted it, bro? Oh, yeah, that's why I have the clap. Stop saying that. People.
It's like my family's watching.
I know, dude. My work is watching. Stop.
You already said ACAB, that you had the clap. Anything else?
I have not said ACAB.
Yeah, you did. You kept on saying it at the beginning.
You just said it right now.
Over and over.
Here, we'll do a supercut.
What'd you do with the video? You just deleted it, or?
I don't remember.
He's like, no, I have it right here.
I know it's somewhere in like the dark webs or some shit.
I don't know. Who knows? I don't even remember what the girl looked like. I have no idea. I don't really remember who was there. I know you were there, and I think Adrian and his ex were there. Mm-hmm. His girlfriend at the time.
There was like 15 people that just kind of blend into one another.
Yeah.
Yeah. And all I remember during that ghost hunt was being in the dressing room.
Uh-huh.
And everybody like sitting on top of counters and like the lights being turned off and the night vision cameras are on. And they have the recorder that people use to like record audio for movies.
Yeah.
And they're like asking questions and everybody's just sitting down and it's just boring as fuck. Mm-hmm. And we're just all sitting in the dark and it's hot as tits in there. And I did not have a good time at that. I really wish we would go back to the art painting stuff.
It was like an actual tour that they were offering because they were just like normal people from the general public there, remember?
At the art place or at the
ghost hunt thing that we did.
No, I don't remember that.
Yeah,
I just remember Adrian's uncle being the one that got me to go.
Mm-hmm.
Which shout out to him. They do the whole paranormal stuff in Del Rio.
Yeah.
I don't mean to like.
Nah, dude, he said you're wasting your time. That's what Mom said.
I mean, no, I do think you're wasting your time, but you do you, bro. Everybody wastes their times doing other stuff, you know.
That's very true.
How would you be wasting your time, Memo, if there's like 5 TV shows about ghost hunting? Come on.
I mean, I'd be saying that if he was on a TV show, you know.
Zach Baggins, dude. All right.
Oh God, don't get me started.
I don't know who that is.
I don't know if you talked about this while I was gone. Oh, he's the famous ghost hunter guy and stuff.
Brother of Bilbo Baggins.
Brother of Bilbo Baggins. There you go. Anyway, do you have any?
His thing is as an American actor. That's what it has him as.
Oh, really? Well, he's made
Makes sense.
Documentaries and stuff.
I mean, he acts on TV all the time.
He is an actor. Yeah, I was about to say he acts.
In those paranormal shows. What were you gonna say, Nick?
I was just gonna ask Andy. I don't know if I was gone for a second, but did you talk about any ghost stories that you have or any like ghost experiences that you had?
No, Memo just put me down the whole time you were gone. To be honest,
it's not true.
He's just saying that everything I believe in is fake, pretty much. No, I have had experience with that.
Ooh, really?
Yes. Which, look, I already see Memo's face like, this is bullshit.
I'm just chilling, bro.
Science. No, okay, so this actually happened when I was with Gabriel in 9th grade.
Shout out to Gabriel.
Yeah, that guy. And it was 9th grade, and we were hanging out with some friends. It was on Halloween, actually. And we were all hanging out.
Wait, you guys have friends?
Yeah, no, it was back in 9th grade. That's when we actually had friends, you know? So, like, the good old days.
Yeah.
And we were hanging out there, and it was me, him, and then 2 other. No, there was 3 of us. No. Okay, it was 4. There was 4 guys, and then like 3 girls, I think. And we were like hanging out. We were like trick or treating at first, and then like we were walking around the neighborhood, and there was this one house that was like completely abandoned. It's like decrepit and like falling apart and stuff, and they have all those like signs and everything like, hey, don't go in there because you can die. And like we were just like, hey, that's a cool place to hang out, right? So we go over there, and it's a 2-story house, and like it's just destroyed pretty much. Like it's crazy that it was even still standing somehow. We go inside because the front doors are like broken open, and like the inside is like there's spray paint all over the walls. Like it's fucking 666 is written on the wall. And like there's papers just covering the floors everywhere, and like we're all in there just like walking around looking around, and like, man, that's crazy, right? Like it's creepy. And like first off, it starts with like noises. We hear like weird noises and shit, but like we probably were just thinking, hey, that's probably just the house, you know.
It was a smoke alarm beeping.
Yeah, it was a smoke alarm beeping. And so we leave the inside and we go to the backyard, and the backyard has like a big empty pool area, and like we're just hanging out by the pool area, and like there's 3 of us like are inside the pool, and the other of us are like sitting on the rim of it. I was sitting on the rim, and like directly ahead of us it was like the building, and it's like the first floor, and then like there is the second floor, and there's like a room up there with like a balcony and a staircase going up there, but the staircase was like pretty much like gone, you know. And on the second floor there's a doorway, and it has like the curtains kind of like these ones, you know, like these what are those called? like blinds.
Blinds, yeah.
Yeah, and they were like completely like closed. And like for some reason I'm just looking up there and I'm like looking in the corner of like that window and like they're closed completely. And like I'm staring up there and like everyone's talking and stuff, and then all I see is like them just shifting, like moving inward, and like I'm like, okay, maybe I'm just like seeing shit. And then I was like, hey Gabriel, like look up there, dude, is that shit moving? And like he looks up there and like everyone else looks up there and like you literally just see like the blinds just opening up like that, like they're flat open like that, not how mine are open, so you can actually visibly see them like spreading across, and like as if someone was like moving their hand, like pulling it up, you know, it's not moving like straight across, like up like that. And there's like no way to even get up to the second floor or anything, so like we start looking up there and like we freak the fuck out. Like we leave our buckets of like candy and shit and like part of my costume and everyone else's, and like we just hauled ass, and we were like, dude, no, y'all see that too? Like we were freaking out, and we just ran back to like where the actual like street was and like people were, you know. But that was a freaking terrifying moment, and like I wasn't the only one who witnessed it, you know, so I was like, okay, maybe there's something to it, but I just don't know how to explain that because there was no breeze, there was no nothing, like it was visible, you know.
Yeah.
So that was one story that I had that I was like, damn, that's crazy.
Wow. You know what,
Crazy.
Mama? I think you're right. No, I'm just kidding. I'm just kidding. I'm just kidding.
That's
He just cuts out now.
I'm just kidding.
That's how scary it was, dude. I had to leave, and the ghost came back and got my ass.
Man.
Oh my gosh. Okay, so
But
we
it
know.
was wild.
No, that is pretty wild, and I can only imagine, like, you know, being in what, 9th grade or whatever you said, right?
9th grade. Yeah.
Yeah, that's.
Our brains aren't even functioning, dude.
I know.
We're over there
Exactly.
freaking out.
I know.
Yeah, I knew Mem was gonna say something, dude. No, look. You never do nothing, Mem. I hate
Set
you.
yourself up for that, bro.
So we know that. Okay, so Memo doesn't have any.
I'll take you over there, Mem.
That is, I'm not saying I don't have any.
Weird.
What? Okay, then let's hear one.
I have ghost
Almost says he doesn't
stories.
fear
Let's hear-
God.
Let's hear a ghost story, dude.
Nah, I'm just kidding. I have ghost stories. Nah.
He's like, well, I watched a movie about a ghost once.
I don't know. I mean, as a kid, I used to be scared of ghosts, you know.
Oh yeah.
But then I grew up. You know, I don't know. I can't think of anything really. I just remember like watching like Goosebumps as a child and thinking like there was like something down the street watching me, and when you feel that, it feels real. You know, like it feels like there is somebody there, and so you kind of like picture him in your head, and you run away like a little bitch. And that's about it, though, man. I told you we should have picked serial killers.
It was up to the thing. I like during the test rolls, I had gotten like serial killers like 4 times in a row. So, so
I mean, how? Look, man, I don't mean to be like the downer of the group, but I have a story if you really want to hear it.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. Is it a good story or is it like Andy's
It's
story?
a depressing story.
Is it like Andy's story, dude?
Oh, okay.
That's mad
depressing.
disrespect.
So it is like
Well,
Andy's story.
Yeah.
Well, I feel like since you brought it up, I feel like anyone that watches this is gonna be like, "Ooh, I want to hear the story." You know, like we can't just end it there. So I feel like you
like okay, like the details are kind of hazy
Uh-huh.
because I wasn't really there, and I just kind of hear like snippets and stuff, right?
Memo was high?
No. So my uncle like killed himself.
Okay.
Whoa, dude, scary, real life, right? No.
I saw Andy shifting his chair right there. He was
All
like,
right. Nick, we had this talk earlier. I was like, I think people need to like laugh through grief and stuff. Okay, but anyways,
I know.
so like he killed himself, right? And I come from a Mexican family, and you guys are both Mexicans, right?
Uh-huh.
And I'm pretty sure you've seen how spiritual and how like maybe not spiritual is the right word. What's the term I'm looking for?
Religious?
No. Superstitious.
Yeah, superstitious.
Mexicans
That's
are.
yeah.
Right. So the night before, or 2 nights before, my uncle had bought a Ouija board. Right. And he decided, and this is the way that I've heard it described. I've heard my uncle described as a very fun, happy, very talkative, very outgoing young man. Because he was young. He was like 20 something. And he had a wife and everything, and supposedly they had issues and stuff, but who doesn't, right? But then and everything's fine. Nobody has suspected a thing, and then he brings the Ouija board into the mix, right? And a couple of days later, he shoots himself with a shotgun.
Damn.
Yeah. See, we kind of talked about like killings too. See, it's kind of spooky, right?
Yeah.
I don't know why I'm like smiling so much about it.
So does that make? Are you weird about Ouija boards, Memo?
No, I think they're fake.
Okay.
No, I mean, I think my mom thinks there's something more nefarious going on with the wife. I don't know her, so I can't say for sure. So it's legit. I think he was just depressed.
Well,
I mean, but it's fun to think it's the Ouija board, right? Ooh, spooky.
I wouldn't say fun, but you know, we can think about it that way.
It sounds like remember that the 4 Idiots in a Movie podcast where we had to pick fun movies, and then me and Andy just totally did not pick fun movies.
I know you guys are being depressing as hell. I picked like Can Hardly Wait, and you guys were picking like, what did you guys pick, like Drive or something?
Warrior.
Fucking
Warrior. Oh yeah, I said Warrior. Yeah,
guys,
that's a fun movie.
Between a father and a son.
I just immediately thought of like the dad's relapse scene, and I was like, fun.
Fun.
So much fun I'm having right now.
No, but that's what me and Andy were talking about before you got here, Nick. Was about like how a lot of this supernatural stuff was probably people's way of like explaining stuff, you know?
Yeah, or coping or something.
Yeah, like I mean, like a lot of mental illness stuff, if you go back in time, it was like related to like demons and devils and things like that.
Yeah.
So that's what we were talking about before you got here. Literally, I wasn't putting Andy down. He was just making that up.
Nah, he was putting me down.
Okay. Well, let's see what another topic that we could get on then. Let's see. I'm gonna
serial killer's baby, please.
Shit, I gotta share my
serial
screen.
killer's baby. That's cool.
Serial killers.
Stop, dude. That's my future.
Serial killer baby. Dude, I was about to say you can work with that. Memo's all jacked up right now.
Please ignore all my tabs. Their videos I want to save for later. Okay. Yeah, sure. Spin it.
Yay.
I'm just
shit.
I'm just kidding.
Nah, I was like, I can't. I was so happy, man. It's gonna be UFOs.
Yeah.
So my uncle, when I was younger, he,
God.
Oh gosh. So what I was thinking about,
here,
like,
let's lighten up the mood a bit with some horrible deaths. The worst horrible way to die.
So.
Oh, I have one.
Let's see. Hold on. So I
guess you can explain. First.
I was thinking I was thinking I was reading stories about just like really bad ways that people have died. Like there was this one mayor. She was, I forget of what city. Oh my gosh, I can't believe I'm forgetting. But she died because she went to the sewage treatment plant and she fell into the vat of
dude.
And nobody found her. She just drowned in there. And I was just like, what? How's that happen? She was just like on the railing. And I've been to like these treatment plants, and they keep the water separate, like, and then you can walk over them through these railings. It's like really nasty. It's super disgusting. And like I could just imagine like falling in there. It's so horrible.
Dude,
so she had fallen there, and it wasn't until like later on that they were like, "Hey, where's the mayor of our town?" I don't know. Let me see.
She's probably knee deep in shit right now. Talk about shitty ways to die. Am I right?
I just said.
So that's what I was thinking of. Like, just like, wow, like you died like that. You know? I don't know.
Yeah. I have one. It's not really a death like that, like a particular person, but there's this one that has stayed in my mind ever since I found out about it. Have you ever heard of the wooden horse torture device or the Spanish donkey?
These sound like sex acts.
I know. I'm like, what are you?
Oh shit! I'm looking at the wrong thing. I'm just kidding. No. What?
You heard of a strawberry shortcake?
Well, what it is, it's like think of a wooden horse, and it's like triangular, like the back part of it, you know. And there's like it's really finely like shaved down to where it's sharp as fuck. And what they would do is have a person, like they would put them like sitting on it, you know, like you're riding a horse, and put weights at the bottom of your legs. So like it would pull you down essentially slowly, just like cutting through your insides, like
yeah, I have
splitting
seen
you
that.
in half, Like,
It's horrible.
that's fucking terrible, dude. It's slow. Where it's starting at from your groin, can you imagine that? Like, oh my god, dude, and just pulling yourself down, like, and you just can't do anything about it. Like, it's horrible.
Where the hell did you see this?
I was watching a Teletubbies episode one day. Just kidding.
Got this great idea for a death machine.
Like, it was crazy, man. No, I saw it in like a history book or something one time. But yeah, like that's crazy. And there's also another variation of that, which is maybe even worse. It's just like a wooden plank, like triangular, like kind of like a teepee with like a pyramid type thing at the top, and they would like sit you down on it like anus first, So like it's essentially the same thing. It's just ripping through your anus. Like, dude, who the fuck comes up with these? Like, that's crazy, right? Like,
you have to be pretty sick to
pretty fucking sick. And that was just yeah. And that was like a common thing back then, dude. That's crazy.
Yeah, dude, that's nasty. That's nasty.
Just a little bit.
So I did some more. I like looked this up, and yeah. So the woman's name was Monica Myers. She was the mayor of a city in Maryland, and yeah, it was in 1980. She fell in the municipal treatment facility. She was checking. I don't know why she was checking, but according to this article, she was checking the chlorine levels of the water, and that she fell in. She was 70 years old, and she was the only one there. She drowned. It wasn't until
she was 70.
Yeah, it wasn't until the engineer showed up later and found her. But yeah,
that sounds pretty sketchy. Kind of like it was premeditated.
They were trying to kill the mayor of the city.
Yeah, dude, you never know.
Yeah,
I mean, it's true. You never know. That's true.
I guess
like that's kind of. What would she be doing there by herself? Like, first off,
I don't know why.
No. Why would a public servant be doing anything?
Exactly. Right? Like, who is she trying to prove to? She's gonna be like, man, my ratings are gonna go up if I'm cleaning the shit tub. Yeah. And nobody knows about it. So,
was she up for re-election or something?
I don't know. It was just I don't know.
There's a great Coen Brothers movie in there.
Write it and sell it to them, memo.
Yeah, like a Fargo thing going on.
I was about to say like Fargo, dude.
She fell in the shit. Hey.
Yeah,
that'd be great.
I was yeah, I don't know, but like speaking of like movies too, like I don't know, I always like find like a weird movie deaths to be kind of interesting, like the Twilight Zone thing, like the
airplane stuff.
Yeah, or the helicopter thing.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, where he killed the 3 people.
Yeah. It was the actor and like these 2 Vietnamese kids. Yep. Yeah, I was watching Cursed Films recently.
Oh yeah, was that movie?
Oh, dude,
they talked about it. Yeah, Andy.
Oh, it's like a show, right?
It's like a documentary series. Yeah.
Is it good?
You watched it, Andy?
I've seen the first episode with the Exorcist.
Yeah.
It's crazy, man.
That first one is great. I actually had a great idea for a script from watching that first episode.
Oh yeah.
I like the show a lot. No, the show's great. It's a really great thing of like showing you like all the crap that was happening around The Exorcist, but also giving you like that realistic side near the end. Like they show you like a real exorcist, and then I don't remember if you remember, Andy, but they ask him like, "What were you before this?" And he's like, "Oh, I was a car salesman."
Yeah.
And it's
yeah. It's weird, man. Like that's crazy that stuff like that is actually like going on these sets.
Yeah. Have you guys ever been? Nick, you're Catholic. I don't know if you've ever been to the Thursday night masses. You've been where they like do the thing. You've been there. How do you feel about those? Like, have you ever gone up there and did it, or
what do you mean? What goes on Thursdays?
So, but you said yes.
Yeah, but like I'm trying to think like what happens.
So St. Joseph's, right? I went with my mom, and we would go on Thursday sometimes, and they would have people go to the front, and they would put their hands on your head, and then they would like pray for you, and like people would like fall to the ground and start like kind of talking and. They weren't necessarily talking in tongues, but they would like fall to the ground and start like twitching and stuff and like faint and shit.
I think I know what you're talking about.
I'd never been to something like that. I don't know if they've done that recently.
I don't know if they do it either, but I mean, I did it when I was like a teenager.
Oh, okay.
And it was at St. Joseph's.
Yeah.
And I was just curious if you had been there. It's the weirdest thing. I did it. And I remember like, cause it comes out in the Exorcist series where they show people going up there and stuff and getting touched and how they freak out and stuff.
Mm-hmm.
And it's brought in, it's like connected to what the Exorcist is about. And I remember I went, and I don't remember who the father was. I think it was that guy that they accused of hurting himself.
Oh, I don't know that. I don't know who that was.
Remember the guy looked like Ray Romano?
Yeah, I remember him, but I
Yeah.
don't know. I don't know that story. But anyway.
Yeah, they accused. Okay, allegedly,
Mhm.
got to say that on a podcast. He was accused of like hurting himself,
Interesting.
like as a way to atone for his sins. This is kind of spooky, right?
I
So
didn't know that.
masochism.
Yeah, that's kind of
Throw that
weird.
in there, dude.
Yeah,
didn't
yeah.
know
So,
that.
so like it was like a thing. Like whenever he would sin, he would like go and like
Cut
whip
himself and
himself.
stuff.
Yeah,
That's hot.
I don't know if it's true. It was just what was said, and that's why he was moved secretly out of nowhere. You know,
Mhm.
but Catholic priests get moved all the time. You know, for like molestation accusations and stuff like that. But no, I went up there and I remember he put his hand on me and he started praying, and I was thinking, I was there like, I feel weird, like I feel super odd. I feel like I should be falling right now. And then I started feeling my legs shaking, and I was like, what is happening? Like, why do I feel like I should fall? Everybody else fell. And then I like caught myself at the last second, and I was like, no, nah, this ain't a thing, dude. I was just doing like a whole group think right now.
Yeah.
And he like stopped, and I was just like, all right, cool, bro. And I walked away. But it was like a thing, like you were in the moment and you saw everybody else do it. And they like, he sells it, you know, like he puts his hand on your head and he freaking sells it. And it's probably because he believes what he's saying.
Mhm.
But I thought it was super interesting. I was like, man, you know, like it's so easy just to get caught up in that whole thing.
Yeah.
You know, and maybe it's true. I don't know. I'm not saying it's not. I'm agnostic. I'm a coward. I don't actually believe in anything. But when I was there, it was like, you know, take me over, Holy Spirit, show me what you're worth, and
see, and
got
like
a bunch of nothing.
I've always sort of wondered, like this may sound kind of messed up, but like, what if I just like did it, but like I know that like okay, I'm just gonna like screw with everyone, but like really go for it, like just hardcore, just like go for it. And it's just like, you know, people would probably buy it and then they'd start like freaking out and stuff. And then it would probably not end super well for me, you know, like eventually
In hell.
people, eventually people will either think you're crazy or they'll never want to hang out with you because they're just, that label will always be on you. Even if I'm just like, hey, you know what? I was just kidding. That didn't actually happen. Like I didn't actually like do anything. I just want to see how you all react. Like people would still be like, no, I don't believe you. Like you're weird. Like you got possessed or something and all this stuff.
Yeah.
You know?
I think it depends on the church. So there was that one church in Del Rio. What's it called? The big one?
Guadalupe?
No. It's a Christian church.
I know what you're talking about. The
Oh.
Lifeway is the one by the high school, right?
Yeah. The freshman, right behind the freshman. Stone Lake.
Livingstone?
Fuck, what is
Yes,
Livingstone
Livingstone.
Worship Center, dude. Oh my God.
So
That's a
they talked in tongues there.
Did they really?
That was like a rumor. And then whenever you'd ask somebody, they'd be like, yeah, you know? So I bet if you talked in tongues there, it'd be accepted. You know what I'm saying?
No, they did do that because my sister had gone like on a little stint there because she was invited like when she was in high school and stuff, and she was telling me that they were doing that exact same thing that you were saying, like, oh, like they would do, oh, like you're absolved of your sins, and like they would like freak out and stuff, like the devil's inside you, and like that they're pulling it out, and you know, and like the overreacting and all that good stuff. And she was like, all right, maybe this isn't the place for me. Like,
Yeah.
it was a cult, dude, pretty much.
Well, there's something cathartic about it. Again, we don't need to take the conversation this way, but like I remember like when he did it to me, I was like, man, like if this is like the way that I can atone for all of, like the porn I've watched and all the lies I've told, like give it to me, man. You know, like
I like how you equate those
Sell
two
that
together.
shit, dude.
yeah, I mean, it's like, you know, you feel like you're like, okay, so you've been told your whole life that you're a sinner,
Right.
and most of us are, you know,
Mm-hmm.
even if you don't believe in religion, most of us fuck up, right? And then they give you this like out. It's like, hey, in this moment, you're one with God. We're atoning you for all your sins. You know, I mean, it's cathartic, you know? If you're ashamed of yourself or if you felt ashamed of things, it's like a moment to like free yourself, you know? That's exactly what confession
Wait.
is.
I agree with you on that, but one thing, how did we go from gruesome deaths to
I don't know.
I
To
don't know
this?
either. It don't matter. Just
it's like
keep
we
it
kind of
going.
went off on a little tangent. Now keep it going.
Oh,
dude.
it's because you brought up the Twilight Zone and The Exorcist and stuff, and
Yeah.
They went back to religion because they showed that Exorcist in the end.
Aren't they like in that cursed films? Aren't they following like a live like exorcism or like
where can we watch this cursed film show?
It's on Shudder.
Yeah. Shudder is so great, dude. If you love horror stuff, just go to Shudder.
Yeah, Shudder.
And it's pretty cheap too. It's like what, $5 something a month? $5.99.
Yeah.
Oh, okay, that's not bad.
And they have like a bunch of original shows and like movies too that are actually like good.
Mm-hmm.
So, shout out to Shudder, dude. Maybe we'll get a sponsorship. I don't know.
Sponsor me, Shudder, please.
It's like I'm not just saying that for some money, dude, but like for real.
Free Shudder. We want free Shudder, actually.
30-day free trial is going on right now, actually.
Use promo code Simpsons Stones.
Classic.
Okay, let's because I know no one wants to get to a serial killer, so let's see if we get to serial killer.
He wants to talk about his own kind. That's
why. I have like.
Is there
definitely seen a lot of shitty stuff on the road?
Is there wait, what?
Like in my job when people get crashes and stuff.
Oh, yeah.
It's mostly what I deal with is like fatalities and things like that.
Yeah.
There was that guy in Del Rio whose arm like completely got chipped off.
Oh, what?
And like, yeah, I don't know why I laughed.
I don't know why you laughed either.
So like, I think it was a truck driver.
And
he got in a car accident, like Highway 90 or something. It was a what do you call it? Fuck.
Head-on collision?
Head-on collision, yeah.
Oh, okay.
And something happened along the way. His like whole arm just got like stuck between the driver's side door and inside of the cabin, and he just got completely cut off. But it wasn't that. It was the fact that he was like kind of fat, you know. And they got like cut perfectly from like his elbow to his shoulder area, and it was just like open all over the roadway.
Ooh,
that was pretty bad. And then so like the trooper went up to me and was like, "Here, you want to see a picture?" And I was like, "Yeah, bro, sure. Like, show me the picture of your cute dog." And it was like the arm just wide open. Yeah, that happened.
You're like, that's not a dog. Is there like a way that you guys just absolutely in no way would want to die? I mean, we're all gonna die, but like, what's one way that you're like, no?
Speak for yourself.
Death by snoo.
Nah,
just kidding. I want to go like that.
I know ways that you don't want to go.
I
would say drowning I feel like is probably like a fear of mine. Drowning or burning.
I was gonna say that. I was gonna say burning, dude. Because like, have you heard the screams of like burn patients and shit like that, dude? Like, yeah. I mean, granted, you'd probably be dying instantly. You know, like not. If you're saying
I wonder how much you would actually feel from that, though. Like, if your nerves are just so damaged that.
My 7th grade English teacher said that if you're burning alive and you know you're gonna die, just hold your breath and like your lungs will just explode. Not explode, but you know you'll die faster. So, I don't know how much truth there is to that.
Like, just like it's over, guys.
If he's a credible source, you know, but it's like he must have gone through it or something if he knew.
Oh my god.
Yeah, they said if you're yeah, he just said if you're ever on fire. Hold your breath. Well, like if you know you're gonna die, hold your breath and like boom, you're done.
Wow, I don't know how true that is, but
life hack,
let's
guys.
test it. Life hack. On today's series, drowning is scary too because you're just like fighting for your like breath, you know, that you cannot get. Have you ever like almost like choked on your own like shit? You know, like it's fucking
my
not
own shit.
But yeah, no, not your own shit, but like.
Back to the mayor talk.
I've almost drowned before. I don't know how to swim, and I was like a little kid once, and
white people can't swim.
And yeah, I almost drowned, and like I was like super terrified, and I remember like just having like a moment of just like, you know, this might be it, and it was really weird to have that moment as like a 6-year-old or whatever, however old I was. But I was like, wow, this might be it. But no, but my dad saved me. He like pulled me out. He was like, "Are you all right?" I was like, I couldn't even breathe.
Thanks,
but, yeah,
Dad.
I want to say it was like a good like 45 seconds I was underwater, and like I was just like didn't know what was up, what was down, or anything. I was just like so lost. I remember like I didn't know how to swim at all, so I was like I had like no plan. Like I had no idea what to do. So, like, I just, like, pointed in the area that, like, I knew the shallow part was, and I just tried to start running, even though I knew it wasn't going to work. But, like, that's what I tried to do. And, yeah, it was actually, like, super scary. I was like, oh, this is it. But But yeah, so that's why I have like a particular fear of like water and of drowning. But
got you. Have you ever seen the movie The Gray?
Yeah.
The one with the wolves. You remember that scene where that guy's drowning, like he's stuck on the thing, and like, dude, that one was like a really tense scene. I feel like that one's been like the craziest like capture and like filming that like made it like, God, I can't even talk right now. But like portrayed it, because like I was like, God damn, dude, like this looks terrible, Like,
yeah.
And like you just see his like life just like going out. Like it was so sad, man. That was a good movie.
And he's just like an inch away from like the surface.
Yeah, dude, and like that's terrifying. Like that's, I don't know. I don't want to die. It's just I don't
like that. I like that. Yeah. What about you, Memo?
I don't know.
Clap?
The clap. Dude, I would have paid time by the clap, man. Oh my god, how terrible would that be? How did he die? He got chlamydia.
He had the clap, and then on your tombstone, it's gonna say "a round of applause."
Would you get mad if we clapped at your funeral?
I mean, I wouldn't get mad.
I know you wouldn't get mad, but like, would you haunt us if we clapped at your funeral?
If we clapped.
I don't know, man. I really have no idea. I don't know. And the first thing that pops in my mind is like a black hole for some reason.
Black hole's a good one.
Like being stretched completely thin.
Yeah.
From both ends. That sounds absolutely terrifying.
Sounds hot.
There's just nothing you can do.
Yeah. Oh yeah, there's nothing you can do.
Who knows? I haven't tried it. You don't know that. No, I'm just kidding. I don't know. There's some. I don't really think about dying. I'm happy, I'm just kidding.
Okay,
there was that TikTok video. Remember that?
Yeah, the guy that shot himself. I never saw it.
I saw it. And
he shot himself on TikTok?
Yeah, he did. Oh no, he shot himself on Facebook Live, and it was posted on TikTok.
Yeah, and it went like viral. It went like everywhere.
And, like, people were doing. They were like, so they'd have like
dancing to it.
I was dying.
It's like duet this. Da, da, da.
They would have like a very innocent video of like dogs and stuff, or like something cute, and then they would like duet it with the video, so people would get on their feeds. And how TikTok is, you just scrolling.
Yeah.
So it would just pop up.
Or they would do like kids reacting to it or something, right?
Yeah, they would like some little girl was like, here, show her little sister, react to this. I was like, damn. But I think that's pretty gruesome,
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like, I know you guys didn't see it, but like his whole head became like the Demogorgon from Stranger Things.
Yeah.
It was intense, man.
Speaking of Demogorgon, have you do you remember that old video? I think you can still find it on YouTube. It was called El Clavado. Like in Spanish, it translates to the diver. Like diving, And it's like this guy, and he's like they're jumping off like the side of like it's some other country, and like he's jumping off the side of like a fucking concrete wall like into water, but at the bottom there's like a concrete like dock area, and like he jumps, but like he doesn't get enough like takeoff to actually make it to the water, and like his face goes straight into the corner of the concrete, and like everyone's like freaking out and stuff, and like they have him in the hospital. His face is just literally split like open, and like the doctors are like pushing it like together and stuff, and like he's moving, dude. You could see his tongue and like everything just like still functioning, and like his head is just split like through the middle. It's so disturbing, but you can find it on YouTube. It's there on YouTube, so if you want to see that, dude, it's crazy.
Yeah, I'm sure it's on like Watch People Die on the subreddit or something like that. Like
probably, man.
Yeah.
But I remember
it's still up.
No, but all you gotta do is like Google it, and then it sends you to like the adjacent like 4chan one or whatever.
Oh, Andy, why am I watching this?
Are you watching the Clavado?
I am.
It's crazy, right? Like, and I think it's legit. Like, it's.
You just found it on YouTube?
Yeah,
I just Googled it.
Just El Clavado, dude. And here, let me see. It's probably on YouTube. We're all watching
like
snuff films and stuff.
I know. Should I share it on the?
No.
Yeah, dude, do it. Oh my god, dude, it's right here.
Dude, what's the point of trying to put him back together?
Right? Like, that guy had to have died. Dude, that's so like that's always been a fear of mine too. Is just hitting like the corner of something and just like splitting my head open.
Well, dude, let me tell you about cars and car accidents. No, I'm just kidding.
Dude, I bet.
Oh my god, it's so bad.
Look, man. I mean, we're being morbid this whole thing, right?
Yeah, and this is we're still on horrible deaths. You know, this is like actually perfect.
Oh wait, before we continue this, hey Nick, can I have Clyde Edwards-Helaire since you have Le'Veon Bell?
All right. Anyways,
We can discuss that later. Shut up. I'm upset about that actually.
last year, 40,000 people died in a car accident.
That's a lot.
That's just U.S.
Yeah, it's just U.S.
Okay. Well, I mean, the number should be down this year, right? Since nobody's driving, so that's
you'd be surprised.
Oh.
No, I mean, I work for a department that should not be said on this podcast, and it feels like we've had so many fatalities this year.
Oh, really?
Yeah, like it feels like they're nonstop.
Of car accidents.
Yeah, of car accidents for the most part. I mean, that's where most of the fatalities come from. You know, it's like that and heart disease.
That heart disease.
Yeah.
For the U.S.
Yeah.
Oh my god.
But that's actually like a really scary point that I don't think we think about enough. It's just like we all like, and like I think about this sometimes where, you know, I'm just like driving and I'm just like, you know, like every second that I'm driving, I'm just increasing my chances of just dying in a horrible way, you know? So
yeah. I'm going to read it. Okay, so leading causes of death right now is heart disease, cancers, and accidents. Yep.
Yeah, my dad would always tell me, like, when you're in a vehicle, you're basically driving a guided missile, you know? Like, that may be a little extreme, but, like, in a sense, I was like, yeah, that makes sense, you know? Because, like, you can die at any time, you know? Like, that's pretty dangerous, and we just do that regularly and don't even think anything of it.
Well, I'm texting someone.
Yeah, like while you're just on your phone texting the whole time and driving. Think about that, Nick.
I know.
Save some lives.
Save some lives.
So Memo doesn't have to work so damn hard.
I know, dude. Give me a day off, Nicholas. Please don't die.
I have read there was I don't know if this is true, but I know it was last fall semester at the college I went to in San Angelo State. There was a guy that now I don't know if this is true because I'd never followed up. I just heard it just amongst like peers, and then that's it. But he drove on the wrong side of the road. He was a student there. He drove on the wrong side of the road. He crashed into, I want to say, a family, or like he killed the other driver, like, or whoever was in the other car, and he killed himself in it too. And I had heard that he was like, depressed and stuff, and that's how he chose to go. And I was like, damn. And he like decided to take someone else with him. Like that's fucking terrible. Like, good Lord. I don't know. I usually have sympathy for people that are so depressed that they feel like they have to hurt themselves. But like when people do that, I like lose a lot of it, if not most of it or all of it. So
yeah,
because I was like, dude, come on.
I'm surprised he died.
Yeah, because most of the time they don't, right?
Yeah, most of the time anybody who like causes accidents, they just live, and that's just because they're like drunk or something.
Mainly drunk ones, yeah. Because like drunk, I guess you're just like so loosened up that your body just doesn't even fucking like when you get in the wreck, you know.
Yeah, I'd heard that that's like the thing that kills you is your body just like tensing up. Like the best thing to do is to like just stay relaxed, because the more that you tense up, the more rigid your body is, and rigid things break.
Like whiplash type thing, you know?
Yeah. Whereas like if you're like more loose, you're a little bit more ductile. Like you'll go more with the wreck as opposed to just staying rigid and breaking. So I don't know. I don't know how true that is. But.
No, I mean it's probably true. It's just hard to do. Like in that split second when you realize something, you just kind of like flinch.
Yeah.
Nah, man. I mean, usually that's what happens. Like drunk drivers get in car accidents. They kill. Hell, in Uvalde, those 13 people died.
Yeah,
the guy's alive.
Yep.
You know, granted, he got like, I think 60 years, and he has to spend 40. Like so he'll get out when he's 60 something.
Mm-hmm.
Damn.
His life's basically over. Yeah. But he killed 13 people.
Yep.
Wait, that was in Uvalde?
Yeah. It was
when did this happen?
It was like a church retreat or something, right? Then
yeah, it was I'm pretty sure I can say stuff now. It's already been a while. Mm-hmm. He's already got convicted and stuff. It was a church retreat, I think, in Bernie. and I think they were going. I don't remember. Yeah, they were going somewhere, and I think they're going back to San Antonio because they're from San Antonio, and it was like a bunch of older people, senior citizens, and they were driving. And you can actually find the video of the guy swerving before it happens, because they were calling it into the authorities, and they were taking like cell phone footage of it. And you can see him, and he's like in a white big ass pickup truck, and they're like in one of those little church buses stuff, and he just like rams into them because he was high on pills, and I think marijuana. But I think it was the pills mostly that did it for him. And he just like crashed head on into them, and 13 people died out of the 15. I think it was.
Yeah, crazy. I remember when that happened.
That is...
Yeah, he was fine, right?
Yeah, he was fine for the most part.
Yeah,
of course.
Yeah, but now he's in jail. So,
good
riddance, man.
Yep, shit happens.
Yeah.
But yeah. Anyway, let's see if we get serial killers this time. They got pretty morbid, pretty.
It
fast.
did. I mean, you said gruesome deaths.
I know. Yeah, you know what?
That is.
You're so right. Let's see. Okay, I'm gonna share my screen again. Okay, so here we go.
I have horror stories about that 13 murder stuff.
Let's see. I'm gonna exit these out because.
Why'd you say nice?
Nice.
Nice.
You know, I don't know why I put UFOs up here.
I have no idea. Why you
I have
UFOs?
no UFO stories.
I hope it's UFOs.
Hey, we got serial killer.
All right, guys. So, who's your favorite serial killer?
Oh my God, John Wayne Gacy's so cute, man. Just kidding.
Don't talk shit about John Wayne Gacy, bro.
Oh wait, I'm talking about Ted Bundy. Sorry, Ted Bundy.
No. Fuck that guy.
Ted Bundy's the hot one, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. Ted Bundy's the poop butt.
The poop butt.
Yeah, so Charles Manson called him.
Oh yeah, that's right. I remember that.
The poop butt. Are they just serial killers throwing shade at each other?
Yeah.
They are. They asked him like, "What do you think about Ted Bundy?" He's a nobody.
Yeah,
He's a poop butt.
Yeah.
Imagine, dude, having that kind of clout that you just talk shit about other serial killers. Be like, his craft is ass, dog.
I always found not Ted Bundy, Charles Manson hilarious because he's known as like some like slick talking smart guy.
Yeah.
But whenever you hear him talk, he says stuff like poop butt.
Yeah. Literally.
Maybe he's just so smart that he's transcended like language, you know?
Yeah.
So
That's how he talks.
I mean, he's not even. Did he murder somebody?
I don't know if he himself has ever murdered anyone.
I think he murdered
his followers,
an old agent or something.
He
like
what?
Before he murdered like an old agent of his.
Oh, really?
Before the actual Tate murders.
Interesting. I didn't know that.
I think that's what happened. But the Tate murders, I mean, he wasn't there, so.
Yeah. Well, you know, he said he wanted a race war, and it looks like we're heading towards that. So he might be getting his wish.
I mean, he's dead.
I know he's dead, but you know.
Yeah. All right, serial killers. What are we talking about? I don't even know where to start with serial killers.
But I don't know. One of the interesting things about Ted Bundy, I haven't like done a whole lot of research into his file recently, but I remember one of the things about him that I was like, you know what, he's actually kind of a G, was that he was like madly in love with this one lady, and he was like super into her, like hardcore simping for her, right? But Ted Bundy was like this, like he came from like a poor family, you know, he was like a nobody, right? But like he loved this girl so much, and like he wanted to be with her so badly, but she was like high class and like rich and all this stuff, right? Like her parents were politicians or something, right? And he's like, you know what, I'm gonna become that so like she could fall in love with me, right? And that's what he did. He became like this high class guy. Like there like talks about him becoming like a Republican senator, like the Republican Party was like grooming him for something and stuff like that. Yeah, I'm pretty sure I'm right about that. Like he ended up becoming like part of the high class society, right? And then I think he committed his first murder, or like the girl still denied him. The girl was still like, hey, like I still don't want to be with you and stuff like that. And then I think that's when he goes on his killing spree. And then like after like, I don't know if it was his first or after like a few of the murders, like the girl calls him back and she's like, hey, like, you know what, I changed my mind, I was wrong, we should be together, like I want to get back with you. And he was like, nah. And then he continued down his serial killer path. And I was like, wow.
Dude, he says, I don't simp for no one. Wow, what a G, dude. Like,
I don't know how true that story is.
What a G.
Don't quote me on this.
The main takeaway from this is you see what a woman can do to a man. Just kidding.
You're so right.
Just keep your head up, kings. Don't start killing. Please. Don't start. Like, dude, just focus on yourself, bro. Oh, man.
But yeah, so yeah, that's one of my favorite serial killer stories, and that's why I like Ted Bundy is like my favorite, I guess.
Ted Bundy's my hero.
He just wanted love. That's it, dude. It's a sad story.
Yeah. Don't we all? Don't we all at the end of the day?
Exactly.
But yeah. Anyway, what do you have to say, Memo, about serial killers?
Oh, me? Yeah, nothing, man. It's not a topic that really interests me.
Shut up.
Nah, I'm just kidding. Okay. No, just kidding. I don't know. I mean, where do you even start with serial killers? They're all over the place, you know.
What do you mean by that?
Like, I don't know. Like, we keep on trying to think they fit like this mode and stuff, but they really don't.
This profile.
Yeah, and my favorite serial killer would probably have to be BTK.
Interesting.
And he only murdered like what, 5 people?
I actually don't know BTK at all.
No.
Wait, BTK. Who's that?
So I don't know.
Find, torture, kill guy. You've seen Mindhunter?
I've seen Mindhunter. That's why I didn't. That's why I never looked into BTK, because like Mindhunter was going to explore him, and I was like, "Ooh, I don't want to spoil it." So I'm not going to look him up.
This might spoil it a little bit.
Well, they're canceling Mindhunter, so it's alright.
Okay. Well, like I think where Mindhunter was going with the BTK stuff, is the fact that the profile was so wrong on him.
Oh, really?
Absolutely, like terrible at figuring out BTK. They basically had him as some like lonesome, you know, like maybe 20-year-old male who can't really fit in, kind of a thing, a loner, you know, targeting these like families and stuff. When really he was just like the John Wayne Gacy's of the world. He was like a respected churchman. He's like 50 something. He could go like multiple years without killing anybody, and like it wasn't even a thing for him, you know. Like it wasn't like he was like there fiending for this next hit. He would just chill and like live his life, be a perfect dad. And then one day he would meet somebody and it would just like click. And he was like, I want to murder them. And then he would murder them, you know? And you can find all of his stuff on YouTube. like he has this whole confession on there that he did at the court. And he just goes like detail by detail by detail of how he murdered every single one of those families. They weren't all families, but I think 2 of them were. And he just goes about how he walked in nonchalantly, tied them up, and he just like doesn't care, you know. And the other interesting part about BTK is that his daughter is super vocal about it.
What do you mean?
So she wrote a book about it, and she's done a lot of interviews about growing up with him. So that's my favorite thing. I always think about like
I've seen his like when she like graduated high school or college, and he's with her, and it's like, yeah, it just looks like a dad and his daughter. Like,
that's the most interesting stuff to me about serial killers. People like the Night Stalker.
Richard Ramirez.
Richard Ramirez. He's boring, dude. Like he's annoying. He's like an edgelord.
Yeah.
You ever actually heard him talk?
Yeah, I have.
Yeah. He's like 666, haha, the devil. It's like, shut the fuck up, bro. Like nobody takes you seriously. You know, maybe they did in the 80s and the 90s, but they don't anymore. He's not that interesting. You know, he was always like a little shit. But like BTK, that's terrifying, man. Like that person could be your dad or your uncle or your respected church pastor. You know, pastors don't have like the greatest.
Yeah, there's one guy. Oh, what's his name? I don't remember his name. He was a colonel in the Canadian Air Force, and he just murdered this one girl. And he had kind of like the same profile, I guess you want to say, as BTK, where like he would like dress up in like he broke into her house first, and then he like dressed up in like her lingerie and everything, and like took pictures of it. And it's really weird because he's like this hardened like military colonel. Like you see all these pictures of him outside, and he's he's like super like muscular and like buff, and he looks like super intimidating. And then like you see these pictures of him in lingerie, and he looks like
I'm gonna kill
he looks
you.
very flamboyant and stuff. And then he just murders this girl. And it's just like, he was a colonel in the Air Force and the super well respected guy. Everyone, it's like super bizarre. I forget.
It's always the ones that seem the so well adjusted human beings, you know.
I guess so.
That are the ones that are like the most susceptible to this kind of stuff.
Yeah, and I'll say something that I think is true. I think it's very easy for a serial killer to get away with with murder.
Uh-huh.
If he's not like if he's like a BTK, you know how BTK was caught?
How was he caught?
Because he sucked at technology. Andy, never become a serial killer, bro.
Oh shit! Too late, my dude.
No, he got caught because he got in contact with the FBI, right? And he was like, "Hey, bro, will a floppy disk carry in any information of where I'm at?" And the FBI was like, "No, of course not, man. We're not lying to you." And he believed them. And so he sent them a floppy disk, and it had all the metadata of where it was like made and stuff. And it was made in a library somewhere, and that's how they cross-referenced to find BTK. It was like the stupidest thing ever. Yeah, I mean, but like really, if it wasn't for that, they were completely off. Had no leads, had nothing for him. I mean, I can't say a lot about it, but serial killers don't capture the news anymore, right?
Yeah.
That doesn't mean they've stopped.
Mm-hmm.
Right. I know of a recent serial killer who hasn't really come on the news a lot. And I know about him because of some stuff that I know. I am the serial killer. No, I'm just kidding. And they just can't find anything on the guy. Like they just can't. Like he just keeps on switching up so much that there's just no leads at all. And he's just going out there indiscriminately murdering people once every like couple months, and he puts down his, I can't tell you what his actual thing is, but he puts down something and it's like, oh, it's him again, and he's just doing it like in the background, but I mean, if one person dies every couple months, I mean, that specific agency cares, but if it's not popping up on the news like Son of Sam, who else really cares?
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So
he has a calling card, is what you're saying?
Sort of.
Like a Jigsaw-esque type thing?
It's not that crazy.
Okay, I know. But, I can dream.
Yeah, I can dream for a great serial killer like Jigsaw.
Maybe the serial killer's Andy. He's trying to, like, figure out, he's like, fuck, what have I been leaving behind? It's like, oh, no, what have I been doing?
He's like, what exactly? Who's looking for him? Yeah, dude, how do you change IP addresses?
Do you think he'll ever become famous? I don't know.
Yeah.
I'm just wondering.
Do floppy disks still carry metadata?
Think people would like him? Yeah. But it's crazy like nowadays because like how do you even become like not how do you become a serial killer, but how do you get away with it?
He's like notes in the back.
How do you but like how would you get away with it these days?
See how he's asking how to get away with it now, Mo?
No, look, because back in the day like technology wasn't as prominent, so like you can leave like less of a trace and stuff, and like even if you did, like it would take a long time
there was no
before
DNA
anyone could find him.
Stuff.
Yeah, well, I mean,
now you have fucking.
So, I mean, the biggest thing about serial killers, and this is what I'm going to say, the biggest thing about policing is that, and granted, I'm not a police expert, that has to be said, and I know I represent the opinions of anybody else but myself. The thing about policing is the only way to catch something is to know about it or to stumble upon it. You know what I mean? So like somebody gets murdered let's say somebody gets murdered in the middle of Chicago. Right? It's just another murder in Chicago. You know what I mean? It sounds terrible, but it's true. Like, remember the Atlanta child murders?
Yeah.
I forgot the guy's name who was caught for it. But a lot of people believe, like, they blame everything on him, right?
Uh-huh.
But there's people that believe that it wasn't just him. There's some people that believe that it was the KKK doing stuff. There's other people that believe it was like white supremacists, which are the KKK, but you know what I mean? Other groups of the white supremacy. And there's some people that just think it's just like people murdering kids and it was all attributed to one guy because they couldn't figure out who the other serial killers were. That makes sense?
Yeah.
Yeah, and this is what I mean. Like a lot of, and I don't know, it's probably downgrading what police officers do. Maybe it's given more to the ACAB group than anything. But I feel like a lot of this is just kind of like stumbled upon, like it's just how lucky are you and what can you attribute to a single person more so than finding out the truth of a serial killer, if that makes sense. So yeah, no, why like there are technology stuff. Let's say somebody will go on a cross country serial killing, right? Or let's say somebody wanted to murder somebody in Chicago, but then decided they wanted to go to Quebec to murder somebody, right?
Right.
The chances of those two agencies working together to figure out the serial killing to begin with, extremely slim.
Yeah. One of my favorite scenes in a movie is in the movie the movie Zodiac shows this beautifully, where they're like, because I think the Zodiac killer killed people in 3 different counties, right?
Yeah.
And like it's just like the cops like calling each other over and over again, like trying to like set things up and trying to get evidence from one another, and it's just a disaster. And there's this whole montage of Mark Ruffalo calling, being like, "Hey, can I get this thing?" And they're like, "No, because we need this too. Can you send this?" And it's like, "All right, I'll fax it." And they're like, "Well, we don't have a fax machine, so you need to send it some other way." And it's just like this cluster of them like not being able to work together at all. Like there's just no communication and just all this like red tape that they can't like, and their hands are just tied because they can't put any of it together.
Yeah. And that's been, so they've tried to fix that with like, they call them like fusion centers and things like that, which is like a place where information comes in and out. Right. It's just, again, it's one of those things where you just have to be looking for it.
Yeah.
Like if nobody notices, so we start thinking about like, okay, it's gonna sound fucked up, but if your super rich white girl gets murdered, people kind of notice,
Yeah.
But if you're very, let's say a colored person or like I see a prostitute gets murdered,
sex worker,
whatever, somebody who does sex for a living gets murdered, right? It's not that big of a news. And even to a certain extent, the police officers, I'm not gonna say they don't care, but they're less likely to pursue everything, specifically in a big city like Baltimore or Chicago or LA, if it doesn't capture the news and you don't capture somebody in like the first 48 hours or even like a week, 2 weeks afterwards, it just kind of goes into a cold case file, that's what I mean. And
yeah. So
damn, Memo, just say ACAB, dude.
Yeah, nah, police officers do a lot of good work. I don't know. I mean, I'm pretty sure there's it's very difficult to monitor how many serial killers are out there working right now because you don't know until you catch them.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And when you catch them, you don't know how many you missed while you were catching these guys.
Yeah.
I will say this though, serial killers have become mass shooters now.
What do you mean?
It feels that way, at least. Like somebody who would become a serial killer back in the day is now more attuned to become a mass shooter.
Mm.
And a lot of that could probably be attributed to the media.
That's what I was about to ask.
Yeah.
I mean, if you look at like the Columbine shooters, they even I think it was Eric Harris who put in his journal that if you hadn't done the mass shooting, you would just become a serial killer instead of raping people and murdering women.
That makes
was like his thing.
sense.
So I think that's where a lot of it is gone nowadays.
Yeah.
It's also way more difficult to be a serial killer than as a mass shooter.
Well, yeah, because mass shooters, it's just like, that's
boom,
it.
Boom. Yeah. It's over. Like, the chances of you getting out of that.
And that's kind of what makes you way more dangerous because it's just like, that it's the end, so you go out with however many you can take with you, There's no like...
Yeah.
There's no fear of getting caught because you're going to get caught. So you have nothing to lose, basically. So it's kind of terrifying.
Yeah, man.
Yeah,
I think these
being
are
a
like
serial killer.
You say penis serial killer?
Penis killer.
No, yes. Being a serial killer is much harder than it seems.
Being a serial killer.
Yeah. Like, it's a lot of... it's a lot of planning, and then just like, getting your affairs in order. Clean up is a mess. It's hard. That's what I'm saying. So,
you get caught once, it's over. Like, what is my life
one time,
made of now?
all your work just goes to waste. It's ridiculous, man. So, it's crazy those serial killers too, that like they want to be caught. Like kind of like Zodiac and stuff, like where they just give like information and stuff, and like they're just communicating with them openly, like, hey, testing like the authorities that are trying to like find it. Like that's always like intrigued me, is how like it's kind of what is the word for it? Like you want the attention and stuff like that, and like that feeling.
Well, a lot of I don't know. This gets really like philosophical shit. Yeah. Philosophical.
Falafel.
A lot of it's like a power thing. It's like one-upping everybody. So like the Zodiac specifically, it's like, hey, I'm smarter than you, and I could fuck with you. And to a certain extent, he got away with it. You know, even to this day, like there's still people who argue about the freaking handwriting of the guy, even though that's mostly seen as like a pseudoscience now.
Yeah.
So yeah, a lot of it's like power for not all of them, but for a lot of them, it is.
Have you ever seen that show Don't Fuck with Cats on Netflix?
I haven't. I've wanted to though.
It's the same thing a little bit with like the serial killer, because like it starts off with like the guy, he's killing cats on like videos and stuff, and like this Facebook group of like cat supporters like goes out and like tries to find this guy, and like this guy starts upgrading to like killing people, and like he knows this group is looking for him, and like he will drop like hints and like subtle things like in his videos, like to throw them off, or just to like show like, hey, like you're not gonna find me, like stuff like that. Like it was pretty crazy. Like this group is like looking for him, and he knows that they are too, and like he's kind of just like subtly like telling you like, oh, you're not gonna find me, like I'm smarter than you, like you were saying, like it's crazy like how it works out, and like how he just graduates from like killing animals to like people and stuff like that. It's an interesting like show. You should watch it if you have the chance. It's a limited series, but it's wild, man. Yeah.
It's a limited series on Shudder. Use the promo code.
Andrew Gonzalez 45. But yeah, no, it's wild. Like these, like the mentality to have that, like to not even be like fearful of getting caught. It's just like one-upping these people, like a power fucking move,
Yeah,
big time power move.
Andy, who's your favorite serial killer?
Andrew. Just Gonzalez.
The penis killer.
I'm not gonna say I have a favorite serial killer, because that would imply that I like what they do. But like I think one of the most like disturbing ones was do you know who Madame Delphine was?
Was she the slave owner?
Belle Delphine? Oh.
Belle Delphine.
God, no.
Great grandmother of Belle Delphine.
That's her great grandmother. No, but she was like a Creole.
As you can see, the apple doesn't fall far from the tree.
I know.
Yeah, but like she was a woman in New Orleans. She was like higher up there and stuff, and like
I know who she.
Her family. I don't know if her family or if she had like slaves, but like she had in her building, like the top floor was converted into like a legitimate like torture chamber that they would just like torture these slaves like to death, obviously. But yeah, like she was insane, dude. Like she would just torture these people, and like you can hear like screaming and stuff from like the outside of like, because it's over there in the French Quarter. I actually went like on a ghost tour there, and like we saw the building and everything. Now it's like a bar, and some guy from like Houston owns it or something. It's pretty crazy. But yeah, it's like, okay, a bunch of people died up there
now. So.
Yeah, dude, I know. It's like, yeah, a bunch of people got murdered viciously here. Let's sell some drinks.
Have a good time, man.
Let's have a good time, bro.
Yeah, I had heard of that. But, and she got like, when she was caught, she was given like a super like
minimal sentence, right?
No, I think she was given like a super like crazy like harsh sentence. I don't know. Let me see.
The girl from American Horror Story, right?
It was based off of her. The season for Coven, I believe it was.
Yeah.
In New Orleans, but yeah, New Orleans is wild, dude. If you want to, that city is just fucking insane.
I've never been. I've always wanted to go though.
It smells like death, probably because of like all the death, you know. Yeah, they were telling us like when we were on that tour, they were like, yeah, like when the plague hit and stuff here, like the streets were like freaking like 2 feet up with just bodies, like, just piled up everywhere. It's like, dude, this city is insane. It's just built on death, man. And there's a bunch of vampires and stuff there too, so that was cool.
It's a big Creole culture, right?
Yes.
Super into like voodoo and stuff. Am I wrong on that?
Yes.
Right. Oh, yeah.
It's very into voodoo. Let me see. She was a Creole socialite and serial killer. So yes, she was a wild lady, dude. Very wild lady.
Nice favorite pick, Andy. Nice favorite pick.
Mm-hmm.
Not favorite. Interesting picks.
Mm-hmm.
Yes.
Nice.
Bang, Memo.
She's your inspiration. I mean, favorite pick. Good
What?
pick.
Yeah, no, dude.
Is she like racist? Isn't that like her thing, right?
I mean, obviously, she killed a lot of slaves. So
Oh, that's what you said, right? She killed a lot of slaves, yeah.
not just a bunch of people, So it was crazy. But yeah, serial killers.
Serial killers, dude. It's crazy. Crazy world. Crazy world out there. Be safe now. Now I'm like worried to leave my house, which may be a good thing because, don't want to be spreading anything that, out
COVID.
there. Don't want to catch
The
anything.
serial killer.
I was about to say the real serial killer right now is COVID-19.
I'm more worried about the clap right now.
You should be.
I know. I've been seeing you itch this whole podcast, man.
Oh, God, Memo's gonna have a mutated version of the clap in COVID, dude. The clap 19.
Clap 19. Oh my God.
Yeah.
A new super strain.
I know.
The 19th iteration of the clap, dude.
Oh my goodness! Stop,
Oh
Memo.
my gosh. Well, guys, we're at an hour 35. I think this was
Really?
I think this was actually like an amazing episode, honestly. I think there was
I know, dude.
there was-
Aside from the clap that Memo has, like he fought through it. That's what we should be like. Honestly, we should be applauding that.
I know. Well, hey, we should clap for it, is what you're saying?
Piece of clap for my clap.
Memo, stop.
But anyway.
Stop, dude.
But yeah, no, but I think this was a great episode. Super interesting,
yeah, dude.
also very funny. I think everyone's gonna love
All
it.
we did was talk about death. It's really
know.
funny.
Well,
It's a really great episode. Yeah,
I thought it was pretty funny.
it's a perfect Halloween episode. Man.
Perfect Halloween episode. Everyone. So thank you for coming, Andy.
Thanks, dude.
I hope you
I hope
come
to be on
again.
it again, and I
Yeah.
want you to be on mine too, and Memo as well.
Yeah. What's your podcast called?
Oh, I don't know.
Oh,
I just kidding.
I thought you
It's
had it.
it's it's the trash pack.
The
It's
Trash Pack.
yes sir, dude. So we'll be there soon enough, hopefully.
Okay.
and
Have you
I'm
guys
assuming-
released your first episode yet?
No, I have not.
Oh. Well.
Memo's kind of dropped the ball on that one. Just kidding.
What?
Ooh.
I
Nah,
dropped
I'm
the ball on
joking,
here.
bro. I'm
What?
joking. Nah, I
Hey,
want to
he's
get it out by
he's
next
dealing
week.
with the clap right now. Okay,
I
Andy.
know. That's why, dude. It's okay.
Yeah, leave me alone, dude. Okay.
Alone.
It's
Leave me
under
alone.
you can find him at Rambunctious Raccoon.
Yes. Don't ask me how to spell that. Just
you
kidding. We'll put it in the link. Yeah,
learned how to
no,
spell
so-
it once, and that's it. That's all you
Yeah.
need.
That's it, dude.
It's misspelled on his Twitter page.
Rambunctious.
Rambunctious Raccoon. Raccoon is
Oh, dude.
spelled.
But if you do want to check out my page, I have a new my new profile and my logo for it, and my header, which I made myself, dude. So I like it. So go check it out.
I actually haven't seen your header.
Send me all the links, Andy. I'll put it in the doobly-doo in the description
Yeah.
of the
Then you
of
can
the
check
YouTube
out my
video.
OnlyFans too afterwards.
Oh, well, I don't know about that. Let's not push our luck here.
Dang it, man.
A very nice header, Andy.
Thank you. Thank
Well,
you.
you changed your logo.
I did.
Yeah,
I
you
like
told me
it.
anything?
We're just looking at it. I was like, are we doing something here?
Okay, well, but yeah, we'll be more than happy to do a crossover Simpson Stones with the Trash Pack. Yeah,
Dude, yes.
it'll be a ton of fun. So thank you once again, Andy. Memo, as always, thank you for being such a great co-host, and your hair looks beautiful right now. You're just a
You see the
beautiful
goose in-
human, Memo. You're just a
You see the
beautiful
goose in the back?
The goose? Oh shit, that's a goose. Why do you have a goose in the back?
I forgot his name. I think it's Pablo.
Is it Mr. Goose?
No, it's Pablo. Oh, spooky time. Actually,
Okay.
that I forgot the damn's name. He's gonna kill me now. That was brought from Joey's work office because they thought it brought bad luck to the office.
Uh-huh.
Because whenever they would bring it into the office, like somebody would like get sick and die or something like that. So I was like, I'll put it in my room. There he is.
All right.
So
yeah, I
so
forgot what his name was.
Keep us updated on that. Hopefully,
if I
The next
die-
episode of Cursed Podcast.
I mean, if I die, you know who it was.
Yeah. Oh my gosh.
He's kind of creepy though.
Good stuff. Good stuff.
Yeah. So ending it on the goose. But
His name's Pablo.
Thank you all for listening. Thank you all for joining. Hope you all stay safe out there. You know, have a great time out there. But you know, stay safe.
Stay spooky.
Stay spooky. Yeah.
Don't die.
Don't die. Okay. All right. Later, guys.
Laters.